Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7:10. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. And is there a motion to seal the executive session minutes from tonight?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 5-0. And in executive session, we did vote to approve some homeschooling requests, and we approved 6 homeschooling requests with a vote of 4-0. It's now time for open forum. Is there anyone that would like to speak? Okay, so now the best part of the meeting. Yay.
Yay.
We're very excited for our showcase. I'm going to turn things over to Dr. Cummings to do introductions, and I'm very, very, very excited about this.
Oh, thanks, Tammy. Well, this is the best part of the meeting for sure. And so, I am pleased that we are going to hear a little bit about our Narragansett Transition Academy. You can see their wonderful logo right up there that they have designed, which is so kind of representative of everything they've been doing. They created it themselves. They really kind of put all the work in to make sure that it is representing everything that they do. And so with that, I will hand it off to Melissa, Dr. Denton now, and she can get us going.
Good evening. Tammy, I agree with you about being very, very excited about tonight. I think about it's been over a year and a half since this dream started, and the people that you're going to hear from tonight have taken our dream, your support and funding, and they have just created something amazing. So I'm going to let them do the sharing. I'd like to introduce Crystal Euricchio, who is our teacher for the program.
Hello. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate you taking the time to invite us here and listen to our presentation. This is Darlene Tyberski. She is the teacher assistant that works with us at the Narragansett Transition Academy. Hello. And Darlene, in collaboration with Lauren, created that logo. Okay, all right. At the Narragansett Transition Academy, we provide students with disabilities an opportunity to continue their learning so that they can reach their post-school goals. And so we're really focusing on their leisure, functional independent living skills, and vocational skills. And, sorry, Lauren. I just wanted to say the navigating the next wave, we all kind of voted on that. The students did help. And so we're really trying to get them to reach that next level and to be independent and participate within their community, have meaningful and live happy adult lives. And so, these are just some highlights about who we are and what we're doing. We do have monthly transition-related topics. There's a curriculum that we go along with, health and wellness, transportation, personal finance, basic first aid. We had Mr. Pinch come and do a first aid class with us, safety in the home, in the community, things like that. They participate in transition assessments to find out more about their interests and what they would like to do. And we base our vocational experiences on their interest and trying to find the best fit for them. We have other volunteer opportunities that I'll talk about in a second. We do some shopping and cooking. I don't know if Claudia, when she comes up here in a little bit, maybe we can tell you about some of our cooking experiences this year. But what's unique to the Narragansett Transition Academy is that thanks to the support of all of you, we have our own transportation. You can see it took some time to get here, but we now have it, so that's wonderful. We don't have any barriers with transportation, like I know a lot of other colleagues that have transition academies face a lot of difficulties with their transportation. So we have memberships to the YMCA, which has been wonderful. So again, you know, their health and fitness is an important part of their lives. So and Mrs. Wallace will come up in a minute and talk a little bit more about that. I and Claudia are participating in a discovery pilot project. We are one of 3 districts, 3 students in the state of Rhode Island participating in this, and it's a customized employment. So that's really exciting. We have the training in partnership with Griffin Hammis, and we have our related service providers that are involved, so we're really fortunate to still have PT, OT, and speech and language that can support us in the community and in the classroom with whatever their needs are. We have become involved with Best Buddies at URI to really help, you know, socialize and meet some other students their same age. And hopefully soon we'll have our own polo shirts with our nice logo. And I was the recipient of a Westerly Credit Union grant this year. And the purpose of the grant was to help with social activities to meet other students from other transition academies in our area. So we've gone with South Kingstown Transition Academy to a Newport Mansion around Christmas time. It was beautiful. We went bowling. We just met up with Charahoe. So that money is funding our trips. And we're trying to get one more before the end of the school year. COVID was a little bit tricky this year getting us together, but they have actually given me an extension so that we continue using the funds for next year. So that's really great. And some of our community partnerships this year, we do have a small group, which also I think, you know, was a benefit to us this year, so that we really could kind of get things to where we needed to be. And we really were able to individualize. So the students are at the Break Hotel. We have somebody at Tees, the Animal Rescue League, Color Create, the Community Center, Phil's, Anytime Fitness, Belmont Market, the Town Library, and YMCA. And these are just some pictures of them working. Some more photos. These are some of our trips that we went on with the other transition students, and some of our cooking activities and enjoying their meals. And then there's one that you can see with Claudia there down at the bottom. This was when she went on an interview for that part of that discovery project. We're doing some interviews, and we met up with, I think he was the assistant athletic director at URI, and she got to witness an interview with the basketball coach. And can I share? Yes. Claudia, hopefully this summer, will do some training, and hopefully when the school year starts at URI, will be employed taking tickets and working at some of the games there. So. Okay, and this is where I'd like to call it Mrs. Wallace, and she can share about our exercise program.
Hello, thank you for your time this evening. My name is Donna Wallace, and I am a school-based physical therapist in the Narragansett district. I have had the pleasure of working with the transition students since September of this school year when it started. I also know many of the students from previous years, so I did have that advantage, and it's just been wonderful working with the transition program. One of the focuses of our transition program is to be sure that we prepare our students to safely and physically participate in their daily activities, and also to be able to pursue vocational and recreational opportunities in the community. So when we looked at this, I focused on 2 areas. We focused on the exercise program development and the community partnership. I felt as though those were 2 very important things. In order to individualize their exercise program, I looked at 3 areas. I looked at the individual strengths and needs of each student, and then I looked at the vocational demands for each student in their job placement. And then we also looked at community and recreational needs based on likes, dislikes, strengths, and needs. And once we received all of this information, we individualized their program. Each program contains a cardiovascular fitness piece for endurance, a strengthening and flexibility piece for functional participation. So we developed the first program in September, and every month the students are progressing and we're changing them and we're adjusting them. So I have to tell you, I am so proud of our students. We have changed the programs near monthly from September to now. We have seen gains in independence, we have seen gains in functional strength, and we have seen gains in endurance. So it's been such a wonderful program. And then in order for these activities to continue after our transition program, it is really important for us to develop partnerships in the community. So this year, we have a partnership with the YMCA, and we have a partnership with the University of Rhode Island. We have a contract with the YMCA that allows our students to use their facility to perform their programming. The students have had a really positive experience there. For the University of Rhode Island, we had 3 kinesiology student interns this spring semester that worked directly with our students, and they worked on program growth and independence with our students. The students were allowed, the interns from the University of Rhode Island were allowed to work with our students due to the new program that they are developing. It's called the Adaptive Fitness Program, the Adaptive Physical Fitness Program, and it is located at the YMCA. Through the partnership with the University of Rhode Island and the South County YMCA, this program is going to be offering lifelong fitness opportunities for students and adults. So this is very exciting. We were on the ground floor. We were actually their first set of students and young adults to participate in this program. It is my hope that the program will continue and grow, and we will participate in it. So these are a few pictures of our exercise program. We have students using weights in a Smith machine. We have students working on agility and balance skills, cardiovascular, and then we have pictures of our interns with our students. It's been a really positive experience and so much fun to work with the students and see the growth. So thank you for that opportunity. Thank you for your time. And now for the most exciting part of our presentation, our student and family. Do you want Maria?
Who would like to converse? Oh, so first I would like to introduce Maria and Chris Ashing, and they are parents of our student I forgot to mention before. We do have one out-of-district student that attends the Narragansett Transition Academy, so.
And that's John. Hi, I'm Maria. This is John, Chris and John, our son.
Good evening, thanks for having us.
Yes, attends the academy, and we just have seen such an improvement in his independence and his confidence. And when he comes home, how happy he is after school, telling us about his day. He's eager to go to school. He's just an overall happier kid. And I thank the teachers that are so invested in these kids, that want them to succeed. And as a parent that always had to fight for John, with phone calls and meetings after meetings for the 18 years, and now to be in a place where I know he's learning, he's getting so many experiences, just being out in the community, just being social, and just having the support of Crystal and Darlene and all of the teachers there is such a peace of mind that I can go to work and I don't have to worry about John. I know that he's in a good place and he's learning and he's just getting so much out of this academy. And as a parent, that is completely priceless.
And I'll add, you have a really good team here. It's amazing, and it's the same old formula. Good leadership yields the organization to get it done. So you've got a really good program, really good team here. So we thank you.
Thank you.
And we have Dan Highcove and Claudia. Did you want to come up with Dad?
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Dora. Hi, and I'm Dan Hykov. I'm Claudia's dad. Just wanted to share a few likes that I like about the Transition Academy. First and foremost, familiarity with Crystal. Claudia had Crystal as her special ed teacher at the high school for a few years. So that was one benefit of getting into this program and Claudia being comfortable with it. Another thing that I like about the program is the housing of the Transition Academy itself at the peer school. Again, it's familiar to Claudia, comfortable, safe surroundings, and my friend Miss Kirby, we know, runs a tight ship over there, so I definitely like the Transition Academy itself being at the peer school and not necessarily at the high school because, again, she had just graduated from the high school, so to me it would have been, I just prefer it being in a different place, and I guess it's starting out at the peer school, and wherever it goes from there is going to be, fine, but the entity itself is obviously fantastic. Another that I like about the Transition Academy is the physical activity, the workout, the exercise component at the YMCA that Mrs. Wallace just covered with you guys. Claudia definitely likes to work out, and it's a lifelong love of hers. She likes sports, and she likes to do a lot of different things, so she definitely enjoys going to the YMCA. I like the blending of the on-campus academics along with off-campus work-related activities. So for example, the on-campus academics, Claudia's reading has continued to improve since she's been at the Transition Academy. And with regard to off-campus work-related activities, one of her jobs is at the Break Hotel, and she folds towels. And I think that has helped to contribute more to household chores in general. We try to hold her accountable and tell her that everybody within our house has household functions that we're a team. We all have responsibilities and chores that we need to do. So she's definitely part of our team. And, in addition to doing what she does out in the community at her workplace is, primarily the break and fills and what she'll end up doing at URI at the Ryan Center, hopefully, in the fall. And then there was another thing that presented itself recently. I don't know if you wanted to go over that with them too. But all in all, the potential of some kind of future employment, more along the lines of a time occupier than anything, because so many of these kids just get lost in the shuffle within society. And we know kids in town that are in their early to mid-20s that are just kind of hanging out around their house all day long on their phones, where our goal for Claudia is to be an active contributor to society upon graduation from the academy, and it seems that that's the direction this is all going in. That's all I had to say. Thank you very much for your time tonight. Say thank you.
Thank you. We did have one other student that shared his thoughts. I don't know if you had an opportunity to read it, but he was a little apprehensive about coming to the Transition Academy, and as he said, he enjoyed it so much, and he kind of totally flipped his thinking, and he wants to come with us full-time next year. So that's been really great. And what they were just saying about another opportunity for Claudia, we just had a meeting yesterday, and we're trying to get her a summer work internship to supplement our ESY program. And do you remember where it was? Do you want to share? Yes, with the Narragansett Parks and Rec. We're in the works, but it sounds like it's going to work out that she could be helping out with the summer camp. So, I just want to thank all of you for your support and echo, what they were saying. I think it's great that we're in their home community rather than having kids go elsewhere so that we can make these connections. And my goal is hopefully that we can get them paid employment and to be active members in their community before they exit our school services. So I appreciate all your support, and thank you for having us. And I'm not sure, did anybody have any questions for me or the family or anybody?
So I don't have questions, it's more comments. So first of all, thank you guys all for coming tonight. We really, really appreciate that. Claudia, it's great to meet you. Thank you for coming, and thank you to the parents for taking the time to come, and the teachers and staff as well. I'm just so delighted to hear about the whole program, but I love the partnerships, hearing about the partnerships in the local businesses are awesome. Really happy about that, and the school committee is so supportive of, you know, what your needs are. Let Mr. Warner know, let Dr. Cummings know, because, you know, small things we want to support right away, whatever you need. Long-term, we just need a little lead time on that, you know, so we can budget for, you know, like a van or things that the program needs to continue to grow and expand. So really excited, and I loved your presentation, because I love seeing pictures and very succinct, and I really feel like I have a really good understanding about the goals of the program and all of the amazing things that the kids are doing. But I love all the partnerships with other schools and the community. I'm just so excited. I'm really glad that you all came, took the time to come tonight to tell us. It means a lot.
Claudia, will you share with them if they want to see you out working out in the community? Where can they go on Thursday mornings?
Phil's.
Phil's Restaurant, right? And if she knows somebody, she usually can wait on them, right?
Yep. Okay, nice, wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to say to Claudia that my retirement job is at the Ryan Center, so we'll probably be crossing paths next fall, working some of the same games. So I'll look forward to seeing you there.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
So,
There may be a couple more committee members that just want to make a quick comment. Josh first?
just a comment, really, no question. So, Claudia, I've seen through the years now, whether it's music programs, cheerleading, and I'm just so excited to see this trajectory and this path and all of these opportunities. And Mom and Dad, you know, wonderful, really. I'm happy for your involvement, Leah. I've seen you in lots of different aspects of our schooling, and I appreciate your involvement. I think it's important for us to continue to advance our programs and sort of our understanding and our own trajectory as educators and district leaders to provide those supports. And to the parents who spoke first, we all want the same thing for our children, and I'm grateful that you have found that. So congratulations. And to the team, oh my God, Dr. Denton, your team, your people, you're amazing. And if there's anything you need, now's the time to ask, because as long as I'm here, we are your cheerleaders, for sure.
I know, sometimes I feel like we always have everything we need. I don't know what to ask for sometimes.
Keep thinking, ask the kids, yeah. Alex, did you want to make a comment?
Yeah, I would just echo already the wonderful sentiments that have already been shared. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, parents. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work. It's really remarkable, all of the work that you've been doing, and it's such important work, and the school committee fully supports it, and I think the smile says it all, just how wonderful this program is, and really thankful for all of the community partnerships and all of the community involvement, the independence, the confidence, the happiness that that's being put on everyone involved is really important, and really just job well done all around.
Thank you. Narragansett is a very special place to be.
All right, so we're going to take like a 3-minute recess, just so if people want to leave and not stay for the rest of the meeting. So we'll just take like a very short break. Are we all set? Okay. All right, so we're back, and we're going to move on to school committee reports. Who would like to go first? Alex, you're up.
Thank you. Diane and I attended the Rhode Island Association of School Committees at their annual meeting that was held on on Saturday, May 7th. I officially graduated from their Leadership Academy and was presented with a certificate by the Rhode Island Department of Education, and Diane was recognized for completing another milestone in her professional development career. Topics included how to identify root causes of conflict and how to transform conflict into productive working relationships, strategies to create opportunities for community members to share their perspectives with district leaders, as well as evaluating the superintendent. I also had the privilege of visiting the Pizza Picnic, formerly known as Pizza Pig Out, at the Narragansett Elementary School. It was a perfect spring day. It was very warm. It was beautiful. It was wonderful to see all the students smiling and getting their faces painted and enjoying the playground equipment. A special thank you to all of the vendors who donated pizzas and to all of the parents, PTO members, teachers, and administrators who volunteered time to put this hugely successful tradition together. Finally, I also attended the plant sale at the Narragansett High School. It was held on May 7th and May 14th at the greenhouse at the Narragansett High School. It was wonderful to see the many varieties of plants, flowers, and arts and crafts projects that the students made to sell to their customers. I've already added my flowers to the spring garden. Congratulations to all the students on their hard work, and a job well done to all staff who helped put this event together. If you haven't been before, I highly recommend visiting the next time the students have one. Thank you.
Does anyone else have a report to give?
I just have a few words to add to Alex's report about the Rhode Island Association of School Committees. And when he was recognized for completing the Leadership Academy, that entails 15 hours of professional development work in a variety of subjects related to the work of the school committee. And it's great that he's completed it so quickly and was recognized for it with the certificate from the Rhode Island Board of Education. So
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you.
And Diane, can you share what your recognition was at the meeting as well?
Yes, please.
Mine was continuing in the Master's Academy with 138 hours to date.
That is impressive, so that's wonderful. Thank you, guys. So, no update? So the only update I have is last week, the full school committee met with the full town council. We had a budget work session. I think the end result was good, and I think the meeting was productive, so we could really explain to the town council some of the questions they had about the budget and the fund balance and the appropriation and the needs that we have. So I think it was a good, productive workshop. And Pete, do you have any updates about the timeline of the town council, even if, can you weave that into your report, which is coming in about 10 seconds anyway? So my report is we met with the town council. I thought we left in a good place about how they were going to support and fund our budget. So with that, that's the last school committee report, so I'll turn things over to you, Pete, for the superintendent's report, but if you can just make sure you weave in a budget update.
Sure, why don't I
Thank you.
start with that?
All right.
All right, so just building on what Tammy was just commenting on, so our request from the town in support of the school budget for the transfer was included in the first read of the town budget as we agreed to with the town council last Monday night. So that was at a 2%. And so that passed a first read on Monday night and will go to a final read at their next meeting. So again, so Karen and I have been working with the town manager and town finance director to make sure that has all gone smoothly, and it has since our meeting with them last week. So just a couple of quick updates. So Alex kind of hit a lot of the district highlights, so, so I appreciate that. One thing I do want to comment on is that COVID is not over. And so we continue to have, a large amount of cases, in our schools. So I did write to the community last week with a letter just to remind everyone about the COVID protocols, about being as cautious as possible, and really trying to reduce that. One of the things that's really important is that if a student or a teacher, is diagnosed with COVID, they can come back to school after a 5-day quarantine or 5-day isolation, but they do have to wear a mask while they are in school within that 10 days after they're diagnosed, according to the Department of Health. So, that was just my reminder to parents. But on a happier note, we are in senior project season, so I was able to sit in on a couple of early projects last week, which were, amazing. A couple of them were featured in the Independent and Narragansett Times, actually, so you may have seen those. And this Friday will be senior projects again, and so there's going to be an early release for the high school on Friday, and students will be presenting their senior projects. It really is a highlight of the year. Deeply meaningful. The kids have worked so hard on these throughout the year. So, certainly I encourage you to be involved in that going forward. The other thing that we are going through right now is we're in hiring season. And so, we've had some great applicants, great candidates. So, as you know, we have our Colleen going in as our middle school principal. So she has been sitting in on the middle school interviews. We do have a number of retirees this year that we will honor in our June meeting, and we've been working to find their successors because we know it won't be their replacements. And then, finally, we are getting to the end of our spring sports season. And so we have a lot of student athletes that are doing extremely well. And so we look forward to those teams rolling into the playoffs in the next couple of weeks. So it's a busy time in our Narragansett schools. But truly, I think everyone is gratified to be in school, to be, engaging in these end-of-the-year activities. And we are preparing our seniors for graduation. Graduation will be at University of Rhode Island.
What's the date on that again?
It is the exact date, Lauren. It's always a Thursday night.
June 9.
June 9. Thank you. All right, and that whole week of senior week, as a reminder, right, is, Sunday is the athletics banquet, Monday night is prom, Wednesday night is the awards night, and then Thursday is graduation.
Yeah. Any questions for Dr. Cummings? All right, thank you, Pete. Okay, so we are moving on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve consent agenda items CA1A, CA1B, CA2A, CA2B, and CA2C?
So moved.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 5-0. On to the budget report. Karen?
Expenditures for the 10 months ended April 30th, 2022, total $23,371,568, and that's 70.38% of our budget. Expenditures and encumbrances total $30,429,424, and that is 91.63% of our budget.
And we're going to have you try to squirrel away some money, as Frank would say. Huh?
Yes, we're getting close to the end, and hopefully we'll be able to keep a few dollars to send to the next year.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions for Karen? Okay, so thank you. So we have two business items for some smaller purchases. So the first one, is there a motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent and the director of finance and administration to approve the purchase of materials for the new AP Human Geography course in the amount of $6,435.83 from Cengage Learning, and the purchase of materials for the psychology course from Bedford, Freeman, and Worth in the amount of $6,155.10.
So moved.
Discussion.
So Gail would typically do this. She is out of town, so I'm going to review the materials for you really quickly. So as you know, one of our district priorities is adding AP courses, right? And to provide opportunity for students to have those college-level courses while still in high school. One of the ones that we're adding for the coming school year is AP Human Geography, which is not so much about straits and seas and more about why people move from one place to another, which I think in today's world is particularly relevant in understanding that. And so the AP Human Geography course obviously requires a textbook. And the other text that we are looking at today is an updated psychology textbook. And so this is for our regular psychology class. I believe earlier this year we purchased AP psychology texts. And so, and finally, we're going to get to IXL in a minute, but I will talk about that as well. So that is an assessment suite that we use just for students to pinpoint their strengths and weaknesses so we know what interventions they might need. So as you know, and Gail is incredibly good at this, it's really just not one person deciding, right? So we get a committee. We want the teachers who are teaching the course to be intimately involved in selecting the texts. And so in this case, Gail had 2 separate teams of social studies teachers that worked with her on the AP Human Geography and on the psychology text, and in the IXL, she worked with the interventionists and the people that are working with students who might need a little bit of extra help to find the right tool for them. One of the reasons for going to the IXL is that the tool that we use, K-8, some of it is kind of structured in a way that's a little juvenile for high school. And so this has sharper graphics, more advanced coursework, and is really more geared for the 9 through 12. Rather than the iReady that has a little bit more of a focus on the K through 8. So again, so we do a book study, we field test, try the materials before we actually purchase them, so we're not buying them blind. They've done a unit with them, that type of thing. So the human geography text, it introduces students to the systemic study of patterns and processes that have shaped human understanding, use, and alteration of the Earth's surface. I'll have to ask Gail if she wrote that herself. It seems like it's from the textbook, but it really is what the course is about, right? And that's what we really want it to be. By the way, we do have a good amount of kids that have requested that class, somewhere between 18 and 20, which is a lot. Again, so, we have this both physically and electronically, so we get teacher license, student licenses, set of hardcover books, and we go forward from there. For IXL, we will be doing PD with the teachers on that, on how to use it. And again, this is mainly geared toward our interventionists and our teachers that are working with students that need extra practice to get them up to grade level. That's it. Great. Any questions?
Any questions for Pete?
Just really quick, just for the record, are these, so Cengage Learning, Bedford, Freeman, and Worth, do we currently use any texts with them? Do you know if, I know that Gail's not
I do
here.
not know the answer to that
Okay.
off the top of my head.
And I'm not sure if you'd know this either, but in the investigation, and looking at other texts, did they look at any performance indicators on how well the text correlates with student performance on AP tests?
So typically with AP, the College Board has some preferred texts, right? They give you a range of things that you can look at. So I do not think that they have done a correlation of if you use this book, you would do better on the test, because then none of the other books would sell.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, and a lot depends on the teacher, too. It's like, it's important to get a high-quality, research-based text, but
Correct. So, the text is a foundation, right? It's what you build off of that foundation that is critical. I will say I am excited for this class because I think it's going to be an opportunity for many students that might not otherwise take an AP class to have that experience before they graduate.
And would there be any prerequisites for this class like others have had?
No, you just have to have room in your schedule.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Justin? Yep.
One more comment. I'm very happy to hear that, as a small school, we sometimes struggle to try to provide the most diverse coursework we can. But students requested this, and we're able to provide it for them, and I just think that's a really good thing. And even though it's new, what did you say, 16 or something like that, around that?
Yeah, we
That's a
had
significant
around
amount.
between 18 and 20 requests. Not every student will be able to fit it in their schedule, but I do expect it to be, a well-subscribed class. And, what
happy to hear it.
I will remind the committee, one of your goals, right, is to continue to provide opportunities for upper-level coursework for all students. So over the last couple of years, we've continued to add AP courses, and we will continue to do so. So we are looking at adding, for the following school year, AP Environmental Science, and we are looking at economics as well.
Which also, which I'm happy you mentioned our focus on our future plans and what we've kind of set as guidelines, because this also falls into what we want to teach the students, more awareness of the world, more citizen, but more citizenship, more social-minded focus. And so very good. Very happy to hear, and happy this course is starting.
Can I ask?
Sure, go ahead.
Just a quick question. I totally appreciate the implementation of new advanced courseworks and certainly diversifying the options. My question is, are there prerequisites for these courses, or is there an open enrollment? Because I'm curious about the accessibility for all students.
So what we are working hard to do, right, is to make it as open as possible, right? And so we generally say, and any student that wants to take a course such as AP Human Geography, right, we give them the opportunity. The same is true of AP Government, right? We have lots of kids that take AP Gov. Now, I will say that there are large number of students that self-select in and out, right? And that's a culture issue, right? And so we're trying to build the culture where all kids feel like they should take at least one AP class just for the experience to see if they can do it. And that is a culture that is slowly building over time, right? And that's really what we want to get to, the expectation of every ninth grader knows that I'm expected to take at least one AP class before I graduate. And we want to have that range of classes that fit student interests so that when they're engaging in that rigorous learning experience, it's something that they want to engage in and that they're curious about.
Can they take the AP course at any year, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, or is it mainly junior, senior?
It depends, depends on what other classes they're taking, right?
So it's
And
just when they fit
so
it in.
it's just, do you have room? So this would be an elective course, right? And so we require 3 years of history, right? And this would be either a fourth year or you would take this as a senior, or you take it as a second social studies course as a junior typically. Could freshmen and sophomores take it? They could. Their schedules are pretty packed.
Any other questions for Pete? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. So there's one more business item. Is there a motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent and the director of finance and administration to approve the purchase of IXL Learning site license in the amount of $7,720?
So moved.
Discussion?
I have a question, and I don't know if it's a Gail question or a Karen question, but on the second page of the invoice for the IXL, down towards the bottom, underneath where it says comments or special instructions, on that second page. You find it, Karen? It's on the IXL renewal quote, the second page of that.
Sales contract.
Okay.
Okay. Down under where it says comments or special instructions, I didn't understand the second sentence there, where it says IXL will extend no-cost pilot access from May 6 to June 30. Subscription term will reflect May 6, 2022 to May 6, 2023. But the subscription will include complimentary access to June 30, 2023 to align with the academic year. So my question was, is it complimentary or are we paying for it?
I can actually answer that. Essentially what they're saying is they are giving us access from May 6th for a year and a couple of months. They're only charging us, even though they're giving us access, they're only charging us for the 12th month of July 1 to June 30. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I just saw complimentary and I said, oh, it's going to be free for a year.
Yeah, no, it's convoluted, right? And so basically, it's complementary so that we can train the teachers between May 6th and June 30, because we want it for the end of the year PD and for Curriculum Academy. And so students won't really be using it at that time, but the teachers will be, because we're going to be doing that teacher training on it. And then for the next full school year, we'll be able to use it.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Pete? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Are there any communications that anyone wants to mention? All right, so Thursday, June 9th at the Ryan Center is graduation, and June 15th is our regular June business meeting here at 7 o'clock. So is there a motion to adjourn at 8:03?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.